Texas Pete is taking its flavor on the road with convenient, easy-to-enjoy portion control packets. Ask your broker for the #1 portion control hot sauce or visit TexasPeteFoodService.com for more information.
Say I'm the chicken expert, and maybe I'll explain why they say that.
Andy Howard bought Huey Magoo's from its founders about 7 years ago. At that time, there were 3 units in Orlando, Florida. Under his leadership, the chain has grown to 43 stores in 8 different states and has sold the rights to another 200 units and counting. Huey Magoo's is a chicken tender concept, completing Howard's career that has included Kenny Rogers Roasters, Ranch One, and Wingstop. His career has given him a deep level of experience in the chicken category, and he notes that he has saved the best for last in Huey Magoo's, which bills itself as the filet mignon of chicken. His confidence comes from the product itself and its differentiation amid a crowded segment.
I think you can go back to the product, again, having scoured every chicken tender there is. Literally the secret sauce is special, what we buy, how we buy it. A tender is not a tender is not a tender.
Beyond the tenders, the menu is relatively simple. To support its growth, Huey Magoo's has introduced more prototypes, from its traditional restaurant to restaurants with drive-thrus and non-traditional locations.
We've got about 4 or 5 different ways you can develop a Huey Magoo's, and we think that's a competitive advantage. When we first started, again, I said a similar business model to Wingstop. What I meant by that was we only opened small neighborhood strip center locations, and we were doing fine, and comp store sales were double digit, growing the brand. But in looking at the landscape and seeing everybody else doing drive-thrus, we said, hey, why don't we test one? And sure enough, we proved that model out enormously, doing double or triple the sales of what some of the inline stores have been doing.
Like its industry peers, Huey Magoo's is also aggressively adopting technology solutions to achieve efficiencies as it expands.
Well, it's all the robust, things that Q can do that the other POS could not do. I mean, inventory management and really controlling our cost and watching our, cost of goods. A new robust app that is being, introduced so the entire system can be on one app and all the things that app does. The integration with our third-party delivery that we didn't have before.
All of these pieces are part of a bigger puzzle that Andy Howard and his team are putting together to make sure Huey Magoo's is a differentiated concept in a high-demand chicken category.
Listen, I admire all the other big boys. We know who they are without having to name them. They're doing phenomenal. I think they've set a lot of the groundwork for the consumer. Loves a good chicken tender, and we think ours is a great chicken tender.